Welcome to my channel. Peace, prosperity, and abundance to you all. I'm glad that you all are joining me today to talk about me finally finishing Ramadan. I'm really excited. Like, y'all just don't know. This month has been so trying on my spirit, my emotions, and like life. But when I tell y'all that like I got myself together, God got me together through this whole process of me fasting, praying, only eating watermelon, and really just trying to figure out life during this pandemic. Like, living here in Thailand. Being stuck here in Thailand for real for these past few months. Like, we literally did not plan to be here this long, and we're going to be here till like the end of July at this point, which is like 5 months. So it's going to be like half the year that we've really spent in Thailand, which was not my plan. But God always has another plan. No matter what we try to plan out, God will take you where He wants to take you, for whatever reason, for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to figure it out. And at this point, I feel as though I came here initially to Thailand with the goal, which was vlogging, traveling the world, and really gonna travel the world for 6 months, document it all. But God, I feel as though the situation that I was in initially and how it started was not conducive to my growth, my passion, or my purpose, or the purpose that God put me here for. And I feel as though during this time that I've been fasting, all of that has been coming out in some not so positive ways, and in some really great positive ways. Like, I've really been able to focus and center my energy on my growth, on my prosperity, on my health, and on the direction that I want to take my life and my media, my brand, and my business in, which is like holistic health, and like really show people what my vegan life is like and what it is like being a raw vegan here in Thailand, while you're traveling, wherever you are in the world. Like, when I initially went vegan in 2014, I started with like parasite cleanses, only eat raw foods, juice, and smoothies. Like, that was life for a good month. And then I got on like the whole wave of, you know, the vegan processed foods, the vegan meats, the vegan cheese, and like making vegan meals. And it was good. Like, you know, I lost a whole bunch of weight from like back when I was in college, and then from back when I was in high school, because I went vegan when I was in my freshman year of college. And like, my passion for veganism as activism in the Black community really grew. Like, really seeing all these really great vegan restaurants in Atlanta, like in the West End, who really were focused on healing the Black community through food. And my passion for it grew so much. My passion for learning about food, the way it affects your body, the way it affects your mind and your emotions, your energy levels, it has grown and blossomed these past 6 years. And I haven't been able to really hone in on how to share that with people until now, until I took this time was put here by God in Thailand at this time, and observing Ramadan and fasting, to really sit with myself, face myself, and see what is Essence doing that is not allowing her to reach her goals. What is Essence doing that is on the path of reaching her goals? And as I really sat with myself and was able to assess these things, I realized, which these are things I already knew, but it's like when you block things out, or like you don't take them seriously, or you don't acknowledge that your habits, my habits, are what was keeping me from reaching the goals that I had, from staying on the path that was designed for me. And I am so glad that I really had this time. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I feel so blessed. Like, I have been praying every day. I have been praying every day, thanking God. Like, I made the decision to leave Shanghai, China. Thus, yes, to travel the world, but that failed. One, because of the pandemic, borders closing, and because the timing was not right for that. But I was meant to be here in Thailand at this time. Whether I knew why or knew it or not at the time I decided I was going to leave Shanghai, I was meant to be here. I have learned so much about myself and about discipline during this time, and what was keeping me from reaching my goals while I was in China, what was keeping me distracted, what was keeping me from, what was keeping me lazy, what was keeping me bound. And I made a commitment to myself when I decided to participate in Ramadan that I was not going to quit. I made the commitment that I am going to see this through. I want to grow. I want to truly reach some extreme heights and levels in my life that I have been preventing myself from reaching because I wasn't ready. I was, like when I was living in China, especially like those last 2-3 months prior to and coming into coronavirus really getting real, I wasn't happy. I wasn't doing the things that I was passionate about. I wasn't doing things that were going to elevate me and allow me to grow spiritually, emotionally, and heal spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And I knew I had to change. I knew I had to change. And I sat with myself and I was like, if I can't sit here in Thailand for the next 30 days and commit to fasting and praying every day and journaling, documenting how I'm feeling, documenting all these emotions that's coming out of me, all of this, everything that was being detoxed out of my body and my sinuses and everything, then I'm not going to change. If I cannot get control of my mind, get control of my habits, my actions, everything that I'm doing every day, then I will not be able to change. And right now, I feel fully, totally in control of my life. I feel in control of my mind. I feel in control of my actions. I feel like I have all the power to achieve everything in my life that I desire to achieve. With fitness, with wellness, with business, everything. Like, I am on a whole new path that was laid out for me by God. Like, my life, y'all don't understand. Y'all do not understand how blessed I feel to be living in this time and space and in this country at this time. And not working, you know, for a company, not getting paid each month. Like, real life working on me. Like, taking the time to work on my essence, work on my mind, my spirit, my emotions, my communication, and my habits. Like, really looking to change. Like, I've really been doing some real, like, self-discovery. Like, I'm really into self-help, leadership, and like personal development. Those are the type of things I like taking into my spirit. And this time I've really just allowed myself to just be open to only allowing those things into my spirit, into my brain, into my ears, so I can grow and learn and really transform during this time. Like, I've also been enrolled in a holistic health course, because like holistic health and nutrition has always been important to me. And as I continue to grow on my raw food journey and being able to truly help people heal their relationship with food and eating, that is so important to me. To really help people connect with themselves more is so important to me. And to truly see yourself and love yourself, really get to that place in your mind, in your emotions, just in your bones. Like, you just feel it. You love yourself. I feel like it's so important, and it is like the greatest work that anyone can do. Now we're about to get into what my experience has been like these last 30 days, only eating watermelon and fasting. Y'all understand, I really didn't know how I was going to make it through. Like, it's so great to really have a partner to do things like this with, like to fast with, because it's like you have an accountability partner, somebody like who's also like doing it, so it's like you're not tempted to do anything. But it worked out for me because I was only buying the food that I was going to eat during this time. I was only buying watermelon because I know that watermelon is like a high water fruit, so it's going to fill me up. Like, so it was important for me to choose something that I knew that I loved. And today we have Dunbar joining me because we both have been participating in observing Ramadan for this whole month together, and we're both going to do our reflection here with you guys.
Since Essence and I have been doing Ramadan together this last time, I thought I'd pull her in for some of her perspective on fasting for Ramadan next to mine. What you got to say, Essence?
So, I'm doing Ramadan. So, raw foods during Ramadan fasting. And it's the final day. Ramadan is will be over when the sun goes down. Okay. And I really enjoyed this time, fasting and not eating during the day. It's been super beneficial because it's you really get more work done throughout the day if you do not eat. Point blank period, you're not stopping to cook food. You're not stopping to go get food from anywhere. So it's you have so much more time, and then your mind just is going. So it's you are able to focus a lot more on things that you would have probably been distracted and had your mind everywhere. So I've been so focused, which is really great. Since I've been eating raw, mostly most of the days I only ate watermelon. The majority of the days, I think I had 3 days where I probably had a banana or some Thai fruit. But other than that, I had watermelon and some dates to break my fast with. And when I tell you, the watermelon cleansed me out, and I was super bloated before I started. That's gone. So happy about that. When I tell you, it's been a little bit of a body transformation because I was a little thick something prior to this. I'm still a little thick, but you about to play with you. When we got to Thailand for real, I was bloated because so much carbs, rice, potatoes. No, carbs out my life, not them type of carbs. But
Don't fruit have carbs in it?
I said not those type carbs.
What type of carbs are you talking about then?
Simple carbs and complex carbs.
What are some things that have complex carbs in it?
It's not a complex carb in it. It's a carb.
Okay.
So the complex carbs are what your body takes longer to digest, and then it like essentially turns into like fat and sugars in your system, which like includes potatoes and rice and like things like that. Like your body can't really get through, and they bloat you out. Bloat you out. Like no. And like the simple carbs would be like your fruits, your quinoa, like things that are light going into like your system, like grains, legumes. Simple. Really great for you. Bless your life.
So yeah, one thing that I actually stopped doing during Ramadan is I stopped eating cooked vegetables, since we're on the topic of food. And now I eat all my vegetables raw, and I eat my fruits raw as well. And something else that I stopped doing is I stopped eating complex carbohydrates. I think eating complex carbohydrates should be a cheat meal. So anytime you eat rice or anytime you eat potatoes or pasta, I think you should count that as a cheat meal. And I know
Pasta.
Yeah. And something that I noticed is this, that like my sugar was spiking. Like, and I've been eating potatoes religiously for years, and I've just been handling my sugar spiking, passing out for years, and I stopped eating it, and I've been more thin, and like I've had more energy. But overall, at the end of Ramadan was cool. One of the biggest things that I struggled with was still to train every day. Honestly, I thought it was going to be harder to train every single day, but I found that not eating and being hungry and trying to avoid eating will make you very, very productive. Like, you'll be sitting around like it's 3 o'clock now. This is around the time when you start getting hungry after you miss lunch, or you might be really hungry. And you could be like, oh man, there's 4 hours until the sun goes down and I can eat. Like, you know what, I could sit around the house and be bored for 4 hours. Like, you know what else I could do? I could go out and work out.
Or meditate, or like stretch, or pray, or, I know I cut you off.
You cut me off during my reflection while I'm talking about my experience.
I know. I was just thinking about things that like could be done, like things that I did.
Things that I did. I'm talking about what I did. I'm talking about what I didn't even finish talking about what I did first.
Well, since we're talking about what we did.
We didn't do this together. I did a little bit of praying. I did a little bit of meditating. But I actually do silent on the floor prayer and meditation. Like, I lay out on like wood floors. Yeah, I did. I get into Shavasana and I look at the ceiling and think, and that's how I meditate. And I like to lay on wood floors because it's less comfortable. It's not like laying in the bed. If you lay in the bed, you're going to bed or like going to sleep. I can't sleep on a wood floor for more than like 3 or 4 hours. Like, I'll get up. Like, I have to get up every couple hours. But yeah, so for me, like, just staying productive, and it's like, okay, like every day at 12, I have to look back at my day like, all right, you woke up, you ate, and then what did you do? How many videos did you get made? Because you're halfway through the day, you're literally counting the hours in the day, and I'm like, I'm halfway through the day, but what did I do? Did I get one TikTok made? Did I edit a YouTube? Did I like make some posts on LinkedIn? Did I make a post on Facebook? And then I'm like, okay, now you have the back half of the day. You want to train 5 hours every day. How many hours did you train in the first half of the day? And then like it just builds it up. So most of the days I was doing a 4 or I was doing a 5 in the afternoon. So like around like 2 o'clock, I would just be like head outside 2 o'clock, 2 to 7 until the sun goes down. And then unless I did it in the morning, and then like that's how I break it up, and then just staying real disciplined about it.
I did not work out during Ramadan. I did not work out during Ramadan because I was eating only raw foods, mostly watermelon, and it's hecka it's hecka hot outside here in Thailand, and wanting to go outside and work out, you're gonna pass out. I had plenty of times where I was about to pass out, I was about to faint, and I got lightheaded, and my body was like, no, you need to stay in the house and lay down and go to sleep. Because if I was eating more solid foods and more than just watermelon during this time, maybe I would have worked out. But since this is ending, I'm getting real back fresh on my workouts because your girl got goals. You feel me? Got goals, plans, and God got a plan, and I gotta stay with the plan. Okay. Your turn. Continue. What? You can't just leave them hanging like this. They like, what's going on? Why are you not talking? What is going on? No? You don't like my dance?
Oh, I definitely didn't like that dance. But
Come on.
anyway, now that that's over, yeah, honestly, so me and Essence are really, really different. We have two different body types, and we train two different ways. I actually, when I was in college,
Diets. He's a carnivore.
I mean, oh, okay, so this is coming up. So would you say that being a carnivore is a superior diet?
You're not a carnivore like a lion is.
Okay.
But like,
I eat meat and I actually ate food. I wasn't just eating fruit the whole time. And then small amounts.
It was discipline though. It was like I was redisciplining myself for this journey that I'm on.
That's just
eating
only
raw
eight.
foods.
That's just don't even be eating that much of the food. Like imagine somebody eating watermelon all day. There's like a 6 pound half, like a 3 pound watermelon. She'll take 3-4 bites out that watermelon at 5-6 in the morning. And be hungry 20 minutes later.
Because I would eat like half of a watermelon. A nice sized watermelon.
2/3 of it most nights. A lot of
As
times.
time went on, I feel as though my stomach shrank, so I ate less of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm full, I would stop. And I really wanted to take my mind and my body through a real good cleanse and detox during this time. Because it's like, I'm like, how can you help someone else unless you truly heal yourself and develop the discipline that it takes to, whether it's extreme or not, you know, to reach your goals. You know what I mean? Only eating watermelon for the last 30 days. It has been such an amazing experience, and it has really healed me in so many ways, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, cellularly. Like, I feel so great. I feel great. I feel like this was the beginning. This was the beginning. I feel as though this is why God brought me here to Thailand. So I could connect and disconnect from the world and really just take some time to be with Essence and learn and grow and release old trauma and tension emotionally and spiritually, and really just heal. I really just want to thank God for watching over, protecting me, and keeping me safe. I want to thank God for leading me and guiding me on the right path. I want to thank God for giving me strength and courage and confidence throughout this time and pushing me through. I want to thank God for a resilient spirit. I want to thank God for willpower and love and growth and change and just rawness. Like, I'm just so grateful for God for keeping me. You know, there's so many times in life where anything could have happened, but I've always felt guided and protected, and I've never felt alone. I've always known what my path is and where I'm meant to go, like where my passion is. There have been plenty of times where I've swayed and like I'm supposed to be going this way, but you know, like circumstances and me, I take myself off the road, but I always come back. I always come back here, which is so important because I know now that this is where I'm meant to be. This is the path I'm meant to be on. And holistic health and wellness it's the journey. It's where I am meant to serve and empower and inspire and help people on their own journey. I'm glad that I've been able to grow with myself and heal and learn during this time so I can guide other people on their own journey of healing, of growth, of love and care for yourself, because it's so important. And I hope that I really am able to empower other women who want to live a wonderful, masterful, powerful,